My name is Helen Skarda Niedermann, and I was named after my grandma. And I was named Helen after one of our good friends. I was born on a farm about 4 miles northwest of Chelsea, January 11th, 1930. It was kind of cold, yeah, because I was born at home. Well, my first home was just a small house. It had a kitchen and a living room downstairs, 2 bedrooms upstairs, no bathroom. We had an outside toilet. We just moved to one place about 2 miles west of where we used to live. My aunt and uncle lived there, and they both died. So we moved there, and we were there just for about a year. And the schoolhouse was right across the street that my mother used to go to. And then the place got sold, so we had to move again. I had very good parents. I don't know of any punishment or anything that I got. I probably did, but it must have not been too bad because I don't remember. We were very poor, but we lived on a farm, and we're farmers. We had chickens, and we had eggs, and then we had pigs that we butchered, so we had meat. My mom canned an awful lot of meat. I had one doll. My sister had a doll, and my brother had just one little bitty tractor. That's it. We were happy with what we had, I guess. We didn't know any different. Probably picking up corn cobs out of the pig pen that we used to put in the cook stove to start a fire. That was a dirty job. It was. Because Dad threw the corn out and the hogs ate out on the ground, and then it was a very dirty job.
Ugh.
That was about my most dirty job on a farm. Just the family. Yes, because we lived quite a ways away from one set of grandparents, and they never done anything, and the ones that lived closer, they didn't celebrate it either. So got to see the one grandparents that lived, I don't know how far Elburn was from there, but we maybe seen them once a year is all. The other ones lived about 4 miles from us in town, so we got to see them when we went to buy groceries, which we didn't go buy groceries. My folks bought the groceries when us kids was in school. So we didn't get to pick out, we want this and we want that. Being happy and doing what you want to do, what you are interested in doing. A wristwatch.
Oh.
We each got a wristwatch. Still in grade school, so I don't know. I was 13 when I graduated out of 8th grade, so it would have had to been before I was 10. When I started kindergarten, I started when I was 4 years old, and I went to the same school my mother went to school. Then we moved to another farm, so then I went to Catholic school for 2 years, and then my brother started school, so the 3 of us went to a different school that my dad went to school at, and we had to walk over a mile every day to school, each way a mile, and there was no road. We had to walk through the field, and the one farmer's field that we walked through, he always teased us kids that the ground that we walked on, because we walked the same path all the time, that the ground got to be so hard that the plow wouldn't even go through it to plow it. And we were friends with them people till they both died. Yeah, we were just good friends with them. I didn't go to high school, so I was 13, 8th grade. We needed help at home, so I went out and got a job when I was 13 and babysat babies. I stayed with the family and took care of the kids right there. Mm-hmm. After I had done that, then we moved to town, so went to work on a farm, and then I got married when I was 17. He was in the service, and he loved to dance, and he got out I think around the 1st of February, and we met in February. He was just home maybe 2 or 3 days, and his favorite band played in Toledo, and that's where we met, and that was it. Yeah, I was 17, and he would have been 20. Let me see, he was born in well, he was about 7.5 years older than I was, so I suppose at 19, I suppose he was 23.
Oh. Okay.
17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah. It was my birthday, and we was at my mom's house, because I was living there, and he come to my mom's house, and I sat on his lap, and he handed me the ring that him and my mother went to town to buy. My mother was with him when he picked out the ring for me and proposed to me then. He was very good to my mother. I don't think there could have been a mother-in-law that could have been treated any better. We got married in the Catholic Church in Tama on April 15th, 1947. And then we had a wedding dance at night when we invited lots and lots of people. We went from the dance about 3 blocks, and we were home. And we didn't have no honeymoon or anything. We stayed with my mom, and we never went on a honeymoon. When we wanted to go to bed, the bed sheets were shortened. I don't know how they done it, but they shortened the bed sheets and put salt in there in the bed. But you know, when the sheets are, when they were long sheets like this, and then they were shortened like this, shucks, there was no place to put our feet. That's the way they used to do it in them days. Yeah, they used to play jokes on people like that. But the bedsheet was so short and salt. But I guess that's the way they done to newlyweds. Well, everybody thought he was kind of a grouch, but he had a kind heart. Yes, he did. Well, he got to be a sergeant, and he was on all of these little islands, like Peleliu, Tinian. Oh, I don't know, about 4 or 5. I can't think of them now, but he was a cook. And so he was one of the first ones on the base, because he had to be there to cook for the other ones that come behind. But it wasn't easy, because that's where the Japanese, all those little bitty islands, was, like he said, they had guards, but some of those Japanese were so smart that they would sneak into the mess hall, and they would have a little bitty, some kind of a pin or nail or whatever they used, that they would punch the bottom of the cans, one punch, and you couldn't see it. And of course, there was all the stockpile, so the food would spoil in the cans, and you couldn't see it, so then the soldier boys got sick.
Ugh.
Because, yeah, so that was one bad thing, yes. When he come home and when we was anywhere, it didn't matter where we were, if the car backfired or if there was a loud noise of some kind, he headed for the ditch right away. He just, like if we were walking, why he would dive for the ditch. That lasted quite a while. I think Dolores was already born when he was. It just never left him. It just was one of those things that. Yeah. For one thing, losing a partner. It's you just don't have no one to talk to, and you don't want to blab to somebody else that when you did to your partner you could tell them things, and so I have a lot of friends, and a lot of family. The family helps take care of me, so that's good. I couldn't ask for any better grandchildren than what I've got. Oh yeah, do you know how you done it? You would split the stems down just so far, 4 ways, and then you'd put it up to your tongue and you'd press your tongue against, and it would curl the stem. So, because the pressure from your tongue plus the moisture, you try it now when you're older. Yeah, and you curl the dandelions that way. We were happy, and I guess that's it.